Is there anything that scares you, Canelo Alvarez? What frightens you?
Nothing about boxing.
No.
This is what I love.
Yeah.
So,
When you look in his eyes, do you see a fighter that could possibly beat you?
no, never. I say before, he's a great fighter. But if you look at his career, mention one elite fighter. Just mention me one elite fighter.
Freddie Roach, the brilliant trainer behind some of boxing's greatest champions, has issued an astonishing challenge. He claims to have the ultimate plan to defeat a man many view as unbeatable, Saul Canelo Alvarez. While the world sees Canelo as the clear king of the super middleweight division and a living legend, Roach believes there is a way to win by exploiting what he calls the champion's hidden weaknesses. This isn't merely a guess, it's a well-thought-out strategy. To carry out this bold plan, Roach has found the perfect fighter, Terence "Bud" Crawford. Before we explore the details of the Crawford plan, it's important to understand why Freddie Roach's insights matter so much. He has an almost uncanny skill for spotting flaws in even the strongest fighters. Consider the Canelo versus Jermell Charlo fight. The entire boxing community was supporting Canelo, but Roach perceived things differently. He noticed Charlo's power, aggressiveness, and the fire that he felt Canelo couldn't withstand. Roach surprised everyone by predicting Charlo would win by stoppage, saying, "I think Charlo will have too much firepower for Canelo to handle. Canelo needs to stay away from Charlo's left hook. I don't think he can, which is why I'm picking Charlo by stoppage." Although the fight didn't end in a stoppage, Charlo's performance was much more competitive than anyone anticipated. Roach recognized the flaws. He believes those same flaws could be critical for a Crawford victory.
Canelo, I think he has a poor defense with his keeping his right hand low, because his left hook always ends up down by his ass, and he gets hit. And when he goes down, it's usually by a left hook. I still think he's at the top of his game. He's a tough guy, good fighter, and but I think my fighter is a good fighter also. And let's see who can pull off the best game plan and pull that off.
So, what is this secret plan that Roach thinks can take down Canelo? It's a strategy he has been refining for years, initially developed for another one of his celebrated fighters, Miguel Cotto. When Cotto was preparing to face a younger, stronger Canelo, Roach crafted a game plan that was brilliant. He understood that Cotto couldn't stand and trade punches with Canelo. Instead, the goal was to outbox him, frustrate him, and make him miss punches. Roach explained, "The plan is to outbox him for about 5 rounds, expecting Canelo to fade and get tired around the 4th or 5th round."
Well, the game plan really is not to outbox him for 12 rounds. I want to outbox him for about 5 rounds. And then he'll fade a little bit, which he usually does most fights. You watch tape on him, he does fade, he gets tired in about 4 or 5 rounds. And then when he can't hit you, he gets a little bit frustrated also. Then he starts trying really harder to knock you out, and he pushes the issue a little bit. And when he pushes the issue a little bit, he's going to make a mistake along the way, and he's going to walk into the left hook, and I think the fight will be over. That's why I'm very confident that we can knock this guy out, because the thing is, he does fatigue in the middle rounds, and then when he gets frustrated, he tries harder and harder, and that's when he's more open to be hit. Well, the thing is, he does have to set before he throws combination, and if you do make an angle on him and go to your left or right, he will follow you, and he'll follow you right into the combination that we're going to throw, I feel. So I think that's our big advantage, is that he does follow us, and he's he's a little bit slow on his footwork. He does take time. If we do make an angle, his thought process isn't that quick, and he gets there a little bit slower. And my fight, by the time he gets there, my fighter will be set, ready to punch, and they'll fire the hard combinations. And that's why, everyone thinks I'm crazy because he's never been knocked out before. But I do believe that if we do make those angles, we will set up the big shots, and there'll be a knockout shot in there somewhere.
He knew that when Canelo feels frustrated, he seeks the knockout, acts carelessly, and makes mistakes. Roach's strategy was to take advantage of that frustration, using angles, making Canelo chase Cotto around the ring, and then landing a powerful left hook. It was a plan that nearly succeeded, and now Roach believes he has the ideal fighter to finally carry it out. Terence "Bud" Crawford, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. According to Roach, he is the crucial missing element, the perfect weapon for Roach's anti-Canelo strategy. Crawford has a unique mix of skills. His seamless ability to switch stances from orthodox to southpaw is a tactical advantage that few fighters can manage. His boxing intelligence is exceptional, allowing him to adjust to any style and understand his opponents mid-fight. And then there's his killer instinct. When Crawford senses a chance, he goes for it. Roach views these qualities as the ideal counters to Canelo's fighting style. He believes Crawford has the footwork, angles, and intelligence to frustrate Canelo, make him miss, and set him up for the perfect shot.
Crawford might be the most dangerous guy out there. I think Crawford has a lot of potential. He looks like a young Mayweather a little bit. He moves like that. Right? Like the way he moved against my guy for 12 rounds and he didn't slow down once. And he's a very good counterpuncher. And you know what he has? He has good power. Because, he hurt my guy more than once. And, Postal's a pretty good chin. This guy can crack. He has a lot of knockouts. He's the most dangerous guy out there right now. So I think he's more dangerous than Canelo.
However, even with these advantages, Roach realizes that defeating Canelo will require more than just skill and strategy. To beat Canelo, Roach says Crawford must take him into deep water. It means pushing Canelo beyond his limits, bringing him into the later rounds where he has shown vulnerability, and forcing him into a state of fatigue and urgency. He cautions, Crawford will have to take Canelo out to deep water and go past his own limits. Crawford will have to go to a place he's never been before to get this done. Yet Roach is confident that Crawford possesses the grit, determination, and toughness to achieve it. Plus, it's been a long time since Canelo faced someone of Terence Crawford's caliber. Naturally, you can't discuss Canelo without acknowledging the controversies that have surrounded him throughout his career. These controversies add another layer of intrigue to a possible matchup with Crawford. There was the Jake Paul incident where it was revealed that Canelo's team had used a lucrative offer from Paul's promotion as leverage to secure a big 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season. This was a savvy business move, but it disappointed many fans who felt Canelo prioritized money over the fights the public wanted.
Oh, Canelo, you puta.
And this fucking YouTuber. I just fight real fighters.
Time to expose them. So we had a signed contract to fight. Here you can see Canelo's signature and my signature to the right. Claiming he's not fighting YouTubers. Bullshit. Look at the poster. We were announcing Tuesday, February 11th. Claiming he fights real fighters, but he's fighting Crawford, a 135-pound fighter, and running from a real fighter like David Benavidez, you bitch. The truth is you can be bought. You're a money-hungry squirrel chasing your next nut. The truth is these sports-washing shady characters are paying you hundreds of millions of dollars to stop our fight from happening because they couldn't fathom the fact that they can't create a bigger fight than me and you. Al Heyman has made you hundreds of millions of dollars and you turned your back on him for this check. Disloyal. And you were begging to do this fight on pay-per-view. But I have loyalty. Loyalty to Netflix, doing the biggest numbers. And you call me a YouTuber, but you've never had a boxing match as big as mine. Remember you told my team that your daughter came home and asked if you were fighting Jake Paul? She was all excited. You said that was the first time your daughter's ever asked you about a fight, and you're screwing over all your Mexican fans by doing your fights in Saudi. It just shows what type of person you are. And I promise you one thing, Canelo, any fight that you do this year, mine will be bigger. So go fuck off to your boss, you Ring Magazine employee, you pink and orange bitch. And oh, fix that herpes on your lip, you dirty puta.
Additionally, there have been long-standing whispers about Mexican beef and the positive test for clenbuterol that resulted in a 6-month suspension. Canelo has always denied any wrongdoing, but the accusations have lingered, casting a shadow over his impressive achievements.
Canelo is, just a real tough guy. Get a lot of muscle, a lot of new muscle, looks like. I'm not sure where you get those new muscles, but I might go to that store. No, I guess, hopefully it's all natural, and it should be a great fight there.
Yeah.
Youth and speed is great, but power is maybe the overwhelming one. Maybe the better thing to have in that.
These controversies create a narrative of a flawed champion, a king with a damaged crown, and they make the prospect of a fighter like Crawford, known for his clean record and straightforward attitude, even more appealing. Roach has been analyzing Canelo for years and noticed a subtle but consistent mistake in his technique. He explains, he has a poor defense with his right hand low because his left hook always ends up down by his waist and he gets hit. When he goes down, it's usually by a left hook, and my guy throws a great left hook. It's a small detail, a tiny weakness, but in a fight of this scale, it could be the difference between winning and losing. Roach is convinced that if Crawford times it correctly, he can land a powerful left hook that Canelo won't see coming. This is a bold claim, a risky tactic, but it's rooted in years of observation and a solid understanding of boxing. Freddie Roach isn't the only one who believes Canelo has vulnerabilities. Other respected voices in the boxing community have echoed his views. Busat the champ. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas has pointed out Canelo's diminishing physicality as a key issue. He remarks, he's not nearly as busy as he once was, and he is much more paced and selective with his offense now. His feet were never fast, as seen years ago when he couldn't close the gaps with Mayweather and later with Erislandy Lara. So if Crawford can keep a disciplined fight at range, using his legs appropriately, getting angles, and controlling the pace, yes, he can win. When two of the most brilliant minds in boxing history spotlight the same weaknesses, it's time to take notice. The possibility of a Crawford victory is no longer just a fantasy. It now holds real potential, supported by expert analysis and a keen grasp of the sport. Now, Freddie Roach has outlined the plan, a clear strategy based on years of experience and deep knowledge of Canelo's fighting style. He has pinpointed weaknesses, controversies, and specific flaws that could open the door for Canelo's defeat. And in Terence Crawford, he feels he has found the ideal fighter to implement this scheme. It's a high-stakes bet, a significant challenge, but it's a match that the whole boxing world eagerly anticipates. A fight that could change the legacies of both men and reshape the sport for years to come. The stage is set, the lines are drawn, and all that's left is to see if Freddie Roach's prediction will finally come true. Will Crawford be the one to push Canelo into deep water and sink him? Or will the king once again demonstrate that he is simply unbeatable? The answer to that question could be one of the most shocking moments in modern boxing history. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.